This is the grid, and a strange grid it is, but we've seen him do his business twice already today. David Wright has collected 2 points for his 2 results, so he is on pole position. Beside him, Sam Thompson on the second row. That is young Wright there in the Armstrong satellite car. David Wright, and away they go on their warm-up laps. They'll be all getting everything done. As George said, little bit damp here, few spots of rain on the commentary box tower here. But at the moment they are on slicks. Clerk of the course has declared it a dry race. Cement dust there, a little bit of oil dropped in the previous race. That's there to soak it up, and you can see it's just on the quick line. They're out here now warming up their tires. So we'll give you the grid again. David Wright and Sam Thompson on the front row. Behind him, PJ Fallon in the Golden Pages car, and beside him, Morgan Dempsey Jr. Next up is Damien O'Hare. Because of that reverse grid situation and his points has put him up on the third row. Beside him, the 2FM car that we saw damage of Vivion Daly. The next row is young Wayne Douglas, even though he crawled around in that last race with noseless, and he's going to be one to watch. Beside him, Tommy Burke. On the next row, Dickie Curran, who is out in the karts and has changed his overalls and done the business and got back into his Formula Opel. Beside him is Noel Roddy. On the next row, Michael Edgar, who had to start from the pit lane because of a drive shaft problem the first heat, then had a superb drive up, is back on the next row. Beside him, David Wright's father, Leslie. The next row is made up of Jackie Dolan and John Kane, then Michael Fitzgerald, Paul Monaghan and Sarah Kavanagh listed for the back of the grid.
So, the opportunity to get your name on that Leinster Trophy, the most fabulous prize in Irish motorsport, an absolutely magnificent piece of silverware, but the real value in it is the names that are already on it. Names like Ayrton Senna, John Watson, many, many more top international drivers, and a real opportunity for a local man to get his name on that great trophy. So David Wright must start as the favourite on pole position there. Sam Thompson really would love to end the season with a good result after a lousy year. There's the Golden Pages car in the second place, and look down at the back of the grid there. Number 1, Michael Edgar. Let's remember, he's the current Formula Opel champion, and he'll be really going for it. And don't forget, of course, number 4, Wayne Douglas. Away they go, and it looked like a good start from Sam
from
Thompson.
The front row. David Wright and the two of them neck and neck as they go down. Morgan Dempsey, look at Douglas already got up into 4th. He's looking for third place side by side with Morgan Dempsey Jr. being bumped out there by young Dempsey, but Sam Thompson and Wright pulling out here, and it's Dempsey into third place, then Wayne Douglas, then PJ Fallon. So this is superb stuff now. This is what motor racing should be all about. But Douglas from the 4th row, remember, 8th, 7th place on the grid, up into 4th, a superb start. David Wright at the moment being shadowed by Sam Thompson, but in the background, there you can see it up into 4th place, number 4, right on the tail of Morgan Dempsey Jr., and he's no dodge. This young man is going to give plenty of trouble to young Douglas.
So, David Wright, Sam Thompson staying with the Morgan Dempsey Jr., and there's number 4, Wayne Douglas, taking a very wide line as he came down into Cricket Hill that time. But I saw him incidentally trying that line in the warm-up lap, so that was interesting. Now he has to get past. He has to get past Morgan Dempsey Jr. He can't afford to let David Wright get out ahead. And we're looking, there's Michael Edgar in the pack. He's a bit caught up in amongst the dogs, as they say in motor racing.
Sam Thompson at the moment dropping into the clutches of Morgan Dempsey Jr. They were working on the car during the race. He's beginning to flick it in there. He's nothing to lose. He's in 3rd place at the moment. He knows he has the hot shot on his tail. If he could happen to get by Sam Thompson and get him in between himself and Wayne Douglas, would give him a breather. Meanwhile, out front, David Wright doing it all right and just pulling away. But the man who is on the ball at the moment is definitely young Dempsey Jr.
Dempsey Jr., very, very hairy stuff indeed. 1990 champion with the champion-elect behind him. And these are the 2 young bloods in Irish motor racing. We raved about Dempsey 2 years ago. It's great to see him back in form now, and it's brilliant to see young Douglas putting on such a spirited job there behind him. But all the time, David Wright is getting that advantage which they can't afford to give him.
You can see the tails slipping out there as they get on the cement dust, but Dempsey Jr. definitely putting Sam Thompson under some pressure, getting him to stick the tail out, push him into a mistake, and behind him, Douglas isn't taking any nonsense out of these 3. Something has to give here. Thompson under a lot of pressure, And this is only working into the hands of David Wright, who's pulling away at the moment. So we will ignore him. He's doing a superb job out front. But this is the battle, and it's going to be into a 5-car train with PJ Fallon bringing up the 4th of these cars. Again, Morgan Dempsey Jr. losing out slightly there. And in the background, the 2FM car of Vivion Daly. All of these very experienced drivers, some of them slightly older than the 2 Cubs, but it's Dempsey Jr. from Douglas, from PJ, from Vivion Daly, Den O'Hare, and look at these two, Roddy and number 1, Michael Edgar, making their way up from the 7th row of the grid.
But Vivion Daly going past PJ Fallon, taking a place there, and it's an absolute gift at the moment for David Wright, because he's in the 56s, all the others are lapping in the 57s, so David Wright taking full advantage of the situation at the moment. And Wayne Douglas now has gone back a little bit. He's taking a little bit of a breather. Maybe he thinks that there's going to be tears between Sam Thompson and Morgan Dempsey Jr. He mightn't be far wrong.
As I said before, delighted for the Dempseys, based in Mullingar. His father has an engineering works, builds a lot of the Fiat Uno engines and the Ritmo engines. Wright just getting out of there and carrying lots of sponsorship there from Mullingar, Hamill's Rent-A-Car, and a lot, everybody, Corcoran's. They will be delighted to see this. And there we saw Noel Roddy just getting in the inside of O'Hare. Very, very close indeed, but he's lost out of it. But look at this gap. Now Thompson, second place, side by side, the two of them banging wheels again. Douglas trying that outside line, but Dempsey taking none of the nonsense. We're back in, really motoring on. Sam Thompson at the moment, hoping, looking in his mirror, saying, I hope these two lads do something silly and take each other off to give him a breather. But at the moment, all that white dust on the road is cement, and underneath it, little traces of oil. Making his way up, out, getting great traction out of there, Sam Thompson. He seems to be able to pull away from them coming down to the S's.
Well, the Leinster Trophy may have been a bit more international in recent years, but it certainly hasn't been as exciting. In fact, it's been a bit processional. This is super stuff. All local drivers, but giving of their very best. Sam Thompson in second place, Morgan Dempsey Jr. in third, and Sam taking all the pressure, really going towards a good result here. Wayne Douglas, then Vivion Daly, and it's far from over. David Wright still leads, and he still has the advantage of a clear track and able to put in those lap times.
Very, very late in the brakes indeed there, Vivion Daly. That won't do his tyres any good, but Dempsey still hanging on to the back of Sam Thompson, then Douglas, then Vivion Daly, but again just locking up his wheels, and as I said, it won't do his tyres very good. PJ being dropped slightly at the moment. Douglas right on the gearbox of Morgan Dempsey Jr., but not being, that is our race leader in the Armstrong satellite car. He's just pulling away from them again. Oh, and down the inside, just muscles his way through. He's got a wheel, got up a wheel on top of young Dempsey Jr. there and spun it out. He's done damage to the back of the car. We just saw it out of the corner of our eye. He got up on it, and there's somebody else off there. Is that Dempsey Jr.? It is. That's put the two of them out. So the two of them collided there as they came through the S's.
But the car we were looking at there was number 11, Jackie Dolan, who had spun, in fact. So we need to just have a real look at this now. There he is. He's still there, but he's well down the field. So a lot of excitement, I'm afraid, has suddenly gone out of it. David Wright at this moment won't know this. David Wright still leads. In second place, it's probably still Sam Thompson. Wright taking a very late line in there, and we've got quite a lot of rain coming down now. So David Wright's going to have to readjust his driving to this. So suddenly the rain has come. There's Sam Thompson in second place.
Vivion Daly's moved up now to third place. So Sam Thompson in second place, and Vivion Daly gained from that nonsense. Daly, right? Then Edgar, then PJ Fallon. That's in the sand there. You see Morgan Dempsey Jr.'s car. We haven't seen, there's Wayne Douglas in the background. He got going again, just coming up on O'Hare. Yes, looking up the inside, actually getting by Dickie Curran this time. So it's Daly now in third place, and he's been chased by Michael Edgar.
So Edgar has really been pulling in over the last few laps there. He will be moving very fast indeed. We're looking at his lap times, 58.24 the last one. Still Wright and Thompson doing 57s. So there's Vivion Daly in the 2FM car. You'll notice the new nose fin because he damaged one earlier in one of the heats.
Yes, and Douglas has it all to do again after battling his way all the way through. This is the third place man, Vivion Daly, in the distinctive black, but the man that is really honing in on his gearbox is Michael Edgar in car number 1. He will want that third place. He's nice to be on the podium. Here it is this is what the battle is going to be, because Edgar definitely a quick man out there, a 57.25 for Daly, a 56.96 for Michael Edgar. Michael Edgar is the quickest man on the circuit there, this car, the second of these cars. He's almost a half a second quicker than Daly that time. You can see he really has his sights set on that third place. So Daly lapping at a 56.96 and Edgar at a 56.25. So again, the quickest man out there is Edgar, and Daly knows he has a hot shot on his tail.
And we've still got quite a lot of laps to do it, and we're just past half distance in this Leinster Trophy race. And you're looking at the moment at the battle for third place. It's David Wright from Sam Thompson, from Vivion Daly, number 2 there, you can see him. Number 1 is Michael Edgar, the current champion. PJ Fallon's behind that, then Noel Roddy, then O'Hare, then Leslie Wright, and then Wayne Douglas, who has been considerably in the wars this weekend.
PJ Fallon just going through there, followed by Noel Roddy. Noel having a lonely race, and someone on the grass in a big way. That is Michael Fitzgerald, just got it all wrong. Someone just zipped up the inside. But again, look at Edgar in under braking, locking a wheel, just on the gearbox of Daly. Daly not again driving defensively, using all the road again, just has the confidence just to use it and slingshot out of it and get rid of it, Edgar off his tail. The times at the moment, Edgar's time at 56.6 that time, Daly a 57.15, and he got him, went wide on the entry and just turned up the hill. So that's put away Daly, a superb manoeuvre, but you can see he's on a flying lap now. Can he do anything about Sam Thompson in second place, I wonder?
Well, there's the leader, David Wright, and you can see the gap between first and second, and there's David Wright. So there's not that much in it, really. We've coming up to complete the 10th lap of this 15-lap race, 5 laps to go, and if Edgar can really get the head down and really get going. But the other thing he's got to watch, because there are spots of rain on the commentary tower here, and that could make it a very tricky situation indeed. So you're looking at third, fourth, in that order there. There's Michael Edgar in the Anno car, now on a real chase to Sam Thompson, who he can see ahead of him. He'll all be very well aware of the situation. His pit will be keeping him informed with the pit boards, and he certainly looks like being the fastest man at the moment. He's done a 56.45 compared to 56.89 of Sam Thompson ahead of him.
Yes, the first 3 cars all in the 56s. Actually, the fastest man out there at the moment is Edgar, 56.45. The leader at 56.78. and Thompson at 56.89. Just a quarter of a second between the whole lot of them. But this man, if he can keep stringing in those 56.45s, a couple of laps, and Thompson will be under pressure. But Sam, as Alan said, hasn't had a good season. Phoenix Park had a major accident, missed a car bench and missed a lamppost, missed trees and everything else. And at the moment, he won't give up his second place too easy. But really, Edgar, the man at the moment, just put in a 56.15, the fastest lap of the race so far, a 56.15 for Michael Edgar, as opposed to a 57.02 for Thompson. So he's definitely got the wick turned up.
Absolutely, and it's interesting to notice that the rain on the track, which can't be that considerable, is not affecting these times. So, of course, as the fuel load lightens, the times should come down, but you've got to be careful that you don't overdrive the car and overuse the tires. So here is the battle now for second place, and Edgar is right with him. There's Vivion Daly in fourth place. Michael Edgar, he won't be close enough in this lap to make an attempt, but the one after, Brian, I would hope to see something happening.
Yes, locked a wheel coming in there. He doesn't want to, he has Sam Thompson under a little bit of pressure, although possibly Sam has a brake problem because he keeps locking that right-hand front wheel. A little slow through there, Sam, but gets it out too. But there he goes. There's our race leader, David Wright, at the moment, still lapping in the 56s. His lap board and his pit board will be telling him what the gap is. Just got it slightly wrong there, but he's got enough time. He's leading by about 4 or 5 seconds, so he's not worried at the moment about Sam Thompson. Just got to get the head down and keep it all cool. Second place man in the background there with Michael Edgar right on his gearbox. Thompson under huge pressure at the moment as they come through the S's. Sam Thompson has Michael Edgar out on the outside. Thompson using that inside line, the slower one. Can Edgar do anything about the slingshot around the back of the car as they come out onto the main straight? This is super motor racing, and Edgar is the star at the moment, getting alongside Thompson. That is the wrong place to be for the next one, which is the hairpin. But again, trying to move over. Thompson not having any, bumping him out onto the dust. Thompson scrabbling for grip. They're side by side again as they go through this left-hander, and this can really go with 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go. We've gone off that third lap, and look, Edgar has it 2.5 miles he has left to do his business, and he's crawling all over the back of Sam Thompson at the moment.
He's not going to get first, but he's trying very, very hard for second. And here he comes into the S's this time. Sam Thompson must be under immense pressure. There's only about 1.5 laps to do it in now. He must get himself steady down and refight. You just saw David Wright going through your picture there, the leader, and this is the battle for second place. And he must now, he's got the momentum. If he keeps the foot down out of this corner, he can possibly, if he can get the inside line now, as they come down into Lodge Bend, there won't be too much room left for him. He's trying the outside, he's trying a dummy. They're all over the place, he's through. Can he not? He's off. He's done what we saw Wayne Douglas do yesterday, and but what a fabulous entertainment. That's Fitzgerald in a spin as well. Sam Thompson looks as going to be second. Vivion could be third, but we now look for the leader, David Wright, who looks like putting his name on the Leinster Trophy, and we've got a white flag, which means there's a vehicle on the course.
And just as he comes round on his last lap, the rain beginning to tip down here, and lucky for him, he can really tip it down. But what a manoeuvre there. He had to make an effort, Michael Edgar. In fairness to Sam, he saw him coming, he left him enough room to come through. And I would say Sam thought, well, I don't think he's any better brakes than I have. And you could just see just how slippy it is there on the last lap. And there is our winner. David Wright wins the Leinster Trophy. Sam Thompson is second. Vivion Daly third. And who is it that will be fourth as he comes down? PJ Fallon, the Golden Pages car.
And here comes Michael Edgar down the hill in a big slide. But there's the man with his arms in the air. He's won the most prestigious prize in Irish motorsport. David Wright goes on to that fabulous trophy. And what a weekend he's had. He's won 2 races. He's won a heat. He really has done it all absolutely right.
Right being the operative word, the Armstrong satellite car. The Blue Zebra, we call it, as they head down to the S's on slow down, waving away to them. Superb.
So there they are, David Wright still acknowledging the crowd who have had such entertainment from this Formula Opel this weekend, and David Wright, who's been the chief entertainer. Sam Thompson can be more than happy. There he gives him almost like a wheelie, a power slide as he comes into the pits. The laurel wreaths will be waiting, the champagne will be waiting, the Tipperary Crystal will be waiting. He's a very happy man. David Wright getting a hug from his crew there. There's his mother. There's Sam Thompson in behind. It's a bit chilly, but he won't be feeling the cold as the Opel Lotus coordinator comes up to congratulate him there. Carol Cuff and Vivion Daly in third place. What a good result for him. But David Wright, it really has been the Wright family weekend. They were first and third yesterday, and now David has won this fabulous trophy. And slicks back his hair, puts on the victory cap, and heads for the rostrum.
Commentators Alan Tyndall and Brian Shute, and certainly